Hey everybody, welcome back to the two Dum Yinzers. This is episode 204. What's going on, Big Mike?
Oh, living the dream today. We're back.
Tell you what, man, it's been a shitty year as far as celebrity deaths. I know the other day that Kirstie Alley died, and it just hasn't stopped all year. You had Gallagher, you had Jerry Lee Lewis, all the way back to Louis Anderson. This year's been it's been insane, and it hasn't stopped. It hasn't stopped with celebrities. I just over the past couple days, my old principal passed away, and I normally wouldn't bring it up because I wasn't too crazy about the teachers, but this principal, Mike, he a lot of people liked him because he wasn't that great of a principal. And he was more of a good guy than he was a person of authority. And well, I seen that he passed away, and it made me do a little thinking from back in the day. And I just wanted to tell you this real quick story. There was a time that we were all sitting in the lunchroom, and everybody has their tables, the cliques, and the band, and the football players. So there was an incident. There was some kind of drama going on in our school, and I can recall what it was, but I'm not going to talk about that. But it was an incident between a sexual incident between some of the students in our school, mainly this one girl. So anyway, the Mr. Drake was his name, and he was one of these teachers, Mike. He had always had the cigarettes, excuse me, in his pocket. Now he was wild because he was originally from West Virginia, so he didn't really talk like everybody else, and he always wore like these peach colored sweater vests. And it had a pocket, and there was always that pack of Durrell, right? And he'd bend over to talk at the lunch table, and you'd see the Durrell hanging. And back in our day, I mean, that was nothing to see, teachers walking around with their cigarettes in their pockets, and it's a little different than these days. But I remember this one time, Mike, when this was going on in our school, and there was this drama going on with this girl, and he comes over to our table. He gets down real low, real close to us, and hey, where'd I go? Can you see me?
I can see you. You froze.
Oh, okay. Wonder why I'm freezing.
No, you're freezing, but we hear you just fine.
Okay. No, yeah. All right. But he comes over, and he gets real close down to the table, and we thought it was something serious because he's the principal. Now let me mind you, Mike, that this principal of ours, he actually got demoted. He was the principal the first few years I was in that school, and and he got demoted, and he was the gym teacher. He was the gym teacher.
That's a big drop. No offense to gym teachers, but that is a big drop.
So seeing the guy, reprimand all the kids, and then the following year to see him with the big buffer in the gym on the gymnasium floor was something to see. But anyway, he leans in, he gets real close to us, and he goes, "Well, it looks like somebody snatched a kiss and somebody kissed a snatch."
Oh my Lord.
And he gets up and he stands up and he walks away. And that was just the kind of guy he was. He was this good.
That's not principal material. Right
no,
there.
Right.
That's what you say in private, not out in the middle of the lunchroom.
Yeah. So that is another one goes down this year. It's been that kind of year.
That is a great quote.
It really is.
I'm not gonna lie.
Here in my mid-40s, I'm never gonna forget it. I still remember it verbatim. I still remember the look in his eyes when he said it, and I just wonder why the hell you can't. What's going on with my camera?
I don't know. It's showing the internet connection's pretty bad.
Yeah, it says 0 of 10.
Yeah, you're on that McDonald's Wi-Fi.
And the thing is, everything else is working. I just don't understand why my camera's doing this.
I got my kid coming over with a phone that's locked, wants me to unlock it, but won't let me touch it. Your camera's all jacked up.
I'm trying a few things here.
We are off to a rousing start today here at the Two Dum Yinzers podcast.
Yeah, see, I'm messing around with this, and it's not even. Oh, anyway, you, Mike, you are the one that I'm in great Okay, I think I'm coming on here. I see
Yeah, your
something
camera's
blinking.
off now, but we got every time
Let's
you
see.
talk now, the R for your name it vibrates, and
Yeah, I see that.
I'm liking it,
Not
man.
letting me in. It's not letting me into my camera. Like I'm going in
Now,
and
yeah,
trying
it's
to.
now your connection's back down to 0.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
You need to talk to Bootney, man. She got to fix her internet connection.
Well, well, you're the one that I'm worried about.
Why? Why?
Well,
What? Because my
you're
shirt's
always
all dirty and stained from
yeah,
work.
you're always
I'm
all
a hot
sick
mess.
all the time, and you're having all
Yeah.
these health issues, and um, I'm just a little concerned. That's all.
No, I appreciate the concern. My face was all red at work today. I was just angry. I probably looked like I was going to stroke out or something.
Yeah,
I'm drinking at 11:28 in the a.m.
I'm sure you
I
fucked
think
up.
it's a healthy lifestyle.
Sure you fucked up my camera to some capacity
Oh, I
too.
did too. I haven't seen the camera and I saw the camera on Sunday, so I guarantee you I did something
Oh,
Sunday.
there I
Oh my
am.
God, he is back. Ryan figured out technological
Don't
issues
don't
all by
don't touch
himself.
anything. Just stay still. All right. So what I figured out I got to do, Mike, because I have my extensive history in medical
Oh yes.
marijuana. That is no,
Yeah, I was gonna say that's about it.
but I have to. Um, I take it as a responsibility. As a matter of fact, I would feel like I let you down if I did not examine you. And I feel what better way than to do it right here on the show.
Ooh, kinky. I
So
like it.
here's what we're gonna do, Mike. Are you are you feverish?
Um, I'm a little warm, but
Were
that
you
could.
warm? Were you warm Monday when you had to throw up? In case anybody
Yes,
forgot,
yes, I was.
Monday
Yes, I was. Yes, I
Mike had to
was.
storm off the show on Monday because he had to throw up. And as a matter of fact, it was so close, his mouth went like this. It was that where the puke was almost, and that's when I knew something was bad, and he stormed off. I begged and pleaded for him to stay on and do it on the show, but maybe next time we will get him to do that. So
Hey,
Mike,
I almost rallied though. I almost held it together through the show. I was doing well. You talked me into staying. I stayed. Only because you wanted me to throw up, but I was going to stay and not throw up just to prove a point. But then I, got sick, and now I got bubble wrap somehow. I don't know where the bubble wrap just came from.
it looks like you're twisted around too, like you're not in the same part of the room that you're
I'm
always
not.
in.
Everything's I'm moving stuff around. The desk is built. I'm trying to find a place to sit. My walls are a little dusty. I haven't dusted in a month or two, so it's looking kind of raggedy in here. So, it's just not. It's just been a rough week, and it's
All right,
only
so
fucking Wednesday.
stretch your arm out in front of you like this,
Okay.
and take your two fingers and put them over your pulse.
Okay.
And I'm gonna count. I'm gonna count off 10 seconds, and when I do, I'm not gonna count it aloud to screw you up. I'm gonna tell you when. You count
Uh-huh.
how many beats your pulse takes in the amount of time. Okay, and then we'll meet up with our
Well, I'm trying to
numbers.
find a pulse here.
You find it.
No,
Use your thumb.
no, the thumb beats itself.
But still, you could feel something. You're not feeling anything.
Maybe I'm
There you
dead.
go. See this? I'm too late. There you go. You feel it?
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go. Go. Count them. And good.
Oh.
And for anybody that's just turning the show on, we are not complete idiot. I mean, we're idiotic, but we aren't complete idiots. That was actually me counting off his pulse. So, Mike, now how many beats did you have in that 10 seconds?
12. That is
Okay.
not good.
Well, that's not bad either. That's not bad either because a lot of times when people do it, and they're like 22 in 10 seconds. I mean, that's not good.
Yes.
So your pulse, you got a 12. Let's see, you're not so feverish, but you were feverish on Monday.
I'm warm.
Okay, just a little warm. Right
But
up my
it's probably
notes.
me just being so angry from work.
Yeah. All right, now open your eyes real wide. Look at the screen. Let me take a look. See.
It's about as wide as my eyes get.
Okay. All right. I see. All right. Put your head back so I can look up your nostrils. Okay. That had nothing to do with anything medical. I just wanted to look up your nose. And one last thing. Go real wide like this. Let me see. Yep. Okay. Just what I thought. I mean, I was prepared for this, Mike.
I can't wait for this diagnosis.
Well, yeah, you're I spent the last 2 days diving through medical journals, medical encyclopedias, medical
Did you just Google something?
marijuana. Yeah. So I've come up with. Hold on. Let me mix and match here. Let's see. Pulse. Yeah. Okay.
Oh my god, my
Nose.
shirt is so fucking. Look at this. I am a hot mess.
Okay. Temperature up and a messy shirt. Okay. So after putting all of your symptoms together,
Mhm.
now I have to say you're pretty lucky because people that need to go get checked out, it costs some money and it's always a thing. But you got me, so I'm going to help you, Mike.
Mhm.
Okay. So your diagnosis is after checking out all your symptoms, and it's exactly what I thought it was. To be honest with you, I'm not that surprised.
Mhm.
I've come to the conclusion that Mike, you have micro penis syndrome.
I knew you were gonna go there.
You do have micro penis syndrome, Mike. So that's not that bad, I guess. You don't.
No, you can live with it.
It's not life threatening.
No,
But
hey,
you know,
doesn't
and
matter.
I
Have
would
sex,
advise you at some point to get online and look up micro penis syndrome because it is in fact a real thing, and they show pictures of these micro penises. And I'm not too sure that we're too far off here. I think that you might.
You were looking at pictures of micros.
Well, I was like I said, I was doing a
Hey,
lot of
hey, hey!
medical research. It
I
was
don't
nothing that I
judge.
wanted to
I don't judge.
laugh at. This is a serious deal. I almost lost you on the show the other day. I didn't
I
know what to
almost
do.
died.
Almost died. So you do that. You look that up
Yeah.
and see
Well,
what that
well,
does
I
for you.
was actually looking at my own pulsing. So you multiply the number by 4 to
Hmm.
calculate your beats per minute. I had 12.
So 48
48
beats.
beats. And I think
That's
on here
that's not a.
it says by 15. You're supposed to do 15 seconds.
But that's still it seems pretty reasonable. It's not way out
Yeah,
of
it's probably
control
it's
or.
probably like in the 60s, 70s for resting heart rate. But I thought it might have been higher.
Hmm. Well, see, it's like because
Or
I'm
I
a.
could be my blood pressure could be so high I'm stroking out. I
Well,
don't
that
even
and you
know.
know that I have my medical background, so maybe when you go to see a doctor, how when you go and you start to feel better before you see the
Hmm.
doctor. I think it's probably something like that.
It's
So
probably like that. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
so
So how much did this examination and diagnosis cost?
well, I don't
Do
know.
I owe you any money?
We'll see.
Oh, okay.
Mike, here we are.
I think the thumbnail is like two dumb yinzers play doctor.
Hey, this show's far from over, man.
Oh, hold on, that's the title. I'm gonna change the title.
All right. Well, hey, it is. It's Hump Day, Mike. It's Hump Day. It's Hump Day of the Ravens
Okay.
week, Mike. Ravens week. Um, I think we could win this. I think we could certainly win this game. I think we could win this game with as long as Lamar Jackson is not in the lineup.
Yeah.
I feel very confident that we can win this game, and I say that because the Denver Broncos are a very, very bad team, and we're a bad team. We're not a great team, but I think we are going a little in the right direction a little bit more than the Broncos are. And for Baltimore Ravens, without Lamar Jackson, to only be able to win 10-9 in a game that they were losing 9-3 all game, I
Yeah.
certainly believe that we have the chance. We know this team; they're coming to our
Hmm.
house. A lot of things are in our favor, Mike. Where I believe it's still at this point about. I know at one point we were a 1.5, and then we were a 3. I think right now we're a 2.5 point favorite over the division winning leading Ravens. And here's the lowly Steelers sitting at the bottom with the with the edge. We're a favorite in this
Hmm.
game. But you know what, Mike? This game is so big for the Steelers. I think it's win or else. I think if they go out in this game and lose to this Ravens team with or without Lamar Jackson,
Hmm.
I say at that point you could hang it up. Maybe start then jockeying for position as far as your
Yeah, for the
draft picks
draft.
go.
Yeah.
But this game right here is, in fact, the biggest game of the year. And here's something else, Mike. A lot of people, when I'm reading, well, why do you want this team to go to the playoffs? And I think there's a couple answers for this. Because for one, you enjoy football, you enjoy your team, you
Yeah.
enjoy the Steelers, you enjoy watching them. It doesn't matter if they stand a chance. You know what? There's a chance they could lose every single game when you sit down and watch them play football. There's that
Hmm.
chance. So I like to watch my team. I like to watch the Steelers. I like these guys, and I think it would give the guys one more chance to get out there and grow. And maybe play that really good team at the end of the year that would probably beat us pretty handily, but it would give us that opportunity to just kind of dip our feet in the water after we have a nice little streak to end out the season, if that in fact be the case. Um, Two, two. Let's just say, Mike, you go in at a 7 spot, like we did in '05. We went in as a 6. We had a fight to get in. We weren't this great team. We had a terrible offensive line. And with the right mindset and the right coaching and the right strategies and the right game plan, anything could happen. And here's why I'm saying that. You've seen the last 3 times that the Bengals played the Chiefs, they beat them.
Yes.
You've seen the last 2 times that the Steelers played the Bengals, we beat them once and we lost by 7 in another. So, do I think that this team belongs up there with the Chiefs, with the Bills, and even the Bengals for that sense? No, I don't. But we've proved it before that this is not the it's not the be all end all. It's you have a chance. You get in the playoffs. You can make something happen.
Yeah.
We went and we lost 42-10. We've went and we won. So you know what I mean. I want to see my team play one extra game. I want to see the guys get out there and play one more game against an elite competition. Maybe they might win this game. Who knows? So for all these people that are already, and you know what these people are? These people are too smart for football. In a sense, like they're always constantly worrying about the business side. You know what? At the end of the day, I want to sit there and watch football. And if they make the playoffs, that's awesome. It makes money for your city. It makes money everywhere. It really does. It's a trickle down effect in your region, and a lot of people do make money by selling cupcakes with black and yellow jimmies on them, with cookies with faces of
Jimmies. What are jimmies?
Get out of here.
Condom, black and yellow condoms on your cupcakes.
And you don't know what a jimmy is? You
smack. I know what they are, only because I was watching like a Penguins thing, and they're like asking the players, they're like, "What the hell is that?" And so one of the guys was like, "Oh, it's sprinkles."
But I do.
Not to sidetrack. I just
here you got this team, Mike. We are the first team. We reached 500 wins before anybody else. 500 wins since the NFL AFL merger. I want to see this team go to the playoffs, and that still might even be way off. We might lose this game. You could pretty much write it off, or we could drop the ball against the Raiders, drop the ball. Carolina. You got the Browns the end of the year. So a lot of things would still have to happen for us in order to get into the playoffs. And it means teams are going to have to lose as well, that we need them to lose. And how
we need help. We need a lot of help.
But Mike, I think that these people are nuts. If you're too smart for football, go watch something else. Like
Mark I'm that guy. I'm that guy.
Wants to sit there and talk about, go watch polo or something. If you can't enjoy football for what it is, and everything has to be a business to you, then you're really a fan of the game. Or
no, see, I want my team to get better, and what better way to do that is to tank and get better players to come to your team.
Their draft's going to be
the draft
damn good anyway.
They haven't. Our last 2 first round picks, we're making.
No, I said this draft, Mike. I said this draft, they're going to be fine anyway. I think you have 4 picks within the first 75. If that first pick is 5 picks lower than what you thought, I hardly doubt that's going to mess up your strategy for the draft. But like I said, I enjoy the game. I enjoy the team. I want to see my team out there. That's why I believe that this team should make the attempt to play their hardest and hope other teams could lose to help them get in. But go ahead. Give me your side of the argument.
No, I was just going to say I want them to improve, but if they would lose, that's even better, because you can improve and still lose at the same time. You can play better. You can hone your skills. You can still lose because you're playing against better competition. So if we lose, we get a better draft pick. But if people are improving at the same time, to me, that is a win-win. If we're seeing Pickett improve, we're seeing the line improve, seeing certain players on the defense that need to improve. If we're seeing Pickens fighting through double teams more, developing as a route runner, getting that better connection with Kenny, that's a win. But we also lose. We get a better draft pick. That's also a win too. Do I want to see my team win? Yes, I do. Do I want to see them to make the playoffs and win? Yes, but I think if we're going to make the playoffs, we're going to get beat again. It's going to be. I'd rather
you get beat 95% of the times you go to the playoffs.
That's true. That is true. But I would like to see the acquisition of better talent. Because look, let's take it to another sport here. Look, how many we lost all those games with the Penguins. Boom, we get Marc-Andre Fleury. Boom, we got Brooks Orpik. Boom, we got Sidney Crosby. Boom, we got Evgeny Malkin. and Jordan Stahl. Guess what? That was the building blocks for 3 Stanley Cups. In the 60s, or early 70s, the Steelers, they lost. Boom, we get Mean Joe Green. Boom, we get, Franco. We get Terry Bradshaw. We have that one of the greatest draft classes of all time when we draft four Hall of Famers. Some of these were high picks or just before the mid round. So you have to lose to win eventually in this league. And we're seeing that now with like a lot of teams. Miami, Philadelphia, lose, have a couple good drafts, good free agency, boom, you're right back in it. It's just the way football has gone now.
I think that we're such in the middle of the pack right now, where we're working our way to the middle of the pack. I think that, like I said, I think 2 more wins isn't going to hurt. We're not going to be picking at 32. We're not going to be picking at 31. We're not going to be picking.
If we're picking within the top 10, that's awesome.
Absolutely. And, and the thing is, a lot rides on what the Bears are doing for that pick. And we're going to be getting 4 in the top 75. I just, like I said, I think if we drop 5 because we win a couple extra games, you're not really missing out. I think you're still going to get your guys and the guys that we're looking at.
Mm-hmm.
But Mike, we have possibly, to prepare for Tyler Huntley, the projected Baltimore Ravens quarterback, we have a couple returning people. We have DeMarvin Leal. He got activated, and possibly a return from William Jackson III.
I saw that late yesterday. I was just scrolling Twitter before I went to bed, and I saw that.
So, I mean, you have a couple pieces coming back, and I mean, things are starting to come together in a sense. And you know what the thing is? It's not coming together in the sense that we're becoming immaculate and we're being great and we're doing all these great things, but we are certainly making improvements in all areas right now. We're getting healthy. The team's playing better. So, this is encouraging. I would like to see, if these 2 gentlemen could get back in the lineup. We're probably going to need their help because, Baltimore is going to run and Baltimore is going to attempt to pass. And, couple of things off, unfortunately, that we've had trouble stopping over the past couple of weeks. But I tell you what, it's going to be a great game. I can't wait. It's almost weird to me that this game is going to be a 1:00 Sunday. It has such a feel to it.
Yeah.
It's almost a playoff game in a sense, and it's a weird playoff game because, like I said, they're missing their quarterback. We're having our troubles. But this, the division, it could be shook up this week, Mike. If we would, in fact, beat Baltimore and Cleveland would beat Cincinnati, that brings the whole division all within 2 games of one another with a quarter of a season left. And that's where we would need the help. We would obviously need some teams to lose. But who would have thought? Who would have thought when we were 1-6 or 1-5, whatever the hell we were,
that we would be where we are.
This would even be a conversation. So,
and without Lamar Jackson, they have almost 1,900 yards rushing. He's accounted for 764 yards of it. That's a huge chunk that you're missing.
Absolutely,
he's 17 touchdown passes and 3 rushing touchdowns. So that's 20 touchdowns you're losing right there. You're the big part of their offense. It's going to be an interesting game.
I just wish I would have seen more of the game last week to kind of get an idea what it is the Ravens do when Lamar is out. I did not watch the game. As a matter of fact, I didn't even see highlights, unfortunately. But I'm just real curious to see, And here's the thing about Baltimore: they're such skunks. I could see them coming out this weekend and activating Lamar Jackson or something crazy, just because we're the Steelers, and it would just go along with what goes on between these 2 teams.
Yeah.
If that's the case, you know what? I still don't think that we don't have a chance, but you certainly would, you certainly know that the chance is a lot slimmer. But
yeah, I'd rather take my chances with Huntley than against Lamar Jackson, even though we've done pretty well against Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, we really have, man.
So, but I this year, just give me Tyler Huntley. He played all right last year, but this year, he's only appeared in 2 games, not a whole lot. He didn't nothing against Jacksonville or whatever he played. I know he appeared in 2 games. His stat line against Denver was not the greatest. He had a great completion percentage, but the yards and then the interception was not that good.
Right.
So that's a lot of safe passes. Maybe that, it's the way that it was going in that game. Hey, let's just get out of here, eke out a win, let the defense handle it. But
Right.
I'm trying to pull up his stats from last year. I'm failing. I'm failing. Yeah, 7 games last year. He completed about 65% of his passes, 3 touchdowns, 4 picks. But it felt like he played a lot better than that, than what the stats showed. Because I remember last year,
I
man,
don't
it
even
felt like they were
recall. I don't
winning a
even.
lot with him. Like he did enough to help the team win. He didn't hurt them when he was in there,
Yeah.
which is what you want from your backup quarterback. We saw that, when Charlie Batch had to play. If you turn the ball over, okay, just don't kill us. Just don't make it a key turnover.
Right. And also possibly getting the nod to get back in the action this Sunday. Chris Boswell. I don't know
Yes.
what he did to his groin, but geez, oh man, it's been a month. He sounds like he decimated something down
Well,
there.
like when you go on IR, you're out for at least I was it like 3 to 4 weeks.
Right.
So, but it will be nice to have him back. But man,
You got a hot
right,
foot in there right
a
now,
hot foot, man.
and a guy who
It-
hasn't kicked in a month.
yeah. So it's like, what do you do? I'd feel a lot more comfortable having Boswell, especially with who's on the other side kicking.
Yeah, right.
I, yeah, you'd much rather have Bos, because you have
If
like
it gets
the 2
down to
best
a
kickers in the league. 2 best since Boswell's come in the league have been him and Baltimore's kicker. His name's, oh my god,
Tucker.
thank you, Tucker. I'm picturing him in my mind. I just cannot think of the name, but yeah, that's like. See, here's how much of a nerd I am. Kicking duel. I am excited for a kicker duel.
Yeah.
You never want to hear that, but I would love to see it, just to see those two go at it, because they're that good at what they do.
There's definitely gonna be field goals attempted on Sunday.
Oh yeah.
Mike, couple things here. The analytics staffers at ESPN suggest that Minka Fitzpatrick and TJ Watt are both overrated. Do you agree? Do you agree? I now I'll give you my answer first. Cam Hayward is overrated.
Mm-hmm.
Deontay Johnson is overrated.
Mm-hmm.
Minka Fitzpatrick and TJ Watt are not overrated.
Not even close to being overrated.
I
They
think
are. TJ Watt is one of the best edge rushers, if not the best edge rusher in football. He just set he just tied the single season sack record.
yeah.
How can you say that is overrated?
And turn around and ask those same people, they would never say that Michael Strahan was overrated.
Exactly. And Strahan got the record because Brett Favre fell down.
He sure did.
And to him, TJ Watt earned all of his sacks last year. No, they are definitely not overrated. Minka, people like to say he's overrated because, look, interceptions are down, fumbles and stuff are down. Look how he's playing though. He's having to play deeper than normal. He's covering up for the corners that we have.
Yeah.
But who had the game-winning interception last week? Minka Fitzpatrick. Like if
could have easily been a pick six.
Yeah, as a safety, if you're not getting picks, that one of the factors could be is like they're not like throwing to your area.
Yeah, right.
Like you're hoping to take someone
and that's
away.
not a bad
so
thing.
They're
That
throwing
means
away from. That's a good thing.
Scared
You're
to throw
limiting.
at you.
Yeah, and he's always there. Like he had a couple plays. You wish in that Buffalo game he would have been able to rip the ball away for the interception, but that's just 2 guys fighting for the ball. Right. Someone's going to win. You hope it's your guy. 90% of the time, Minka's going to win that battle. He just happened to lose it that day. Does that mean he's overrated? No, you just had 2 great athletes going at it, and sometimes it's the way the cookie crumbles.
When you're losing, when you lose 35-10, that's just the way some things play out. Sometimes they don't work out in your favor.
Yeah, but he's always there breaking up passes. Is he perfect? No. Name me one perfect football player. Name me one player who is never out of position or never gets beat. It happens. But I think just because it's Minka, people want to say, oh, well, this safety is better, that safety is better. So they like nitpick him. Well, and I think it's the Steeler effect too. I always got to tear down the Steeler effect.
Absolutely. It's always you're trying to sell your story in these businesses. And you know what, anytime that you start talking about the Steelers one way or the other, it helps your journalism. So I couldn't agree more, Mike. I do believe that these guys are certainly well where they are. They're recognized where they need to be. One more Steeler note before we start, Mike. Mike Tomlin, I'm fucking working.
I love it.
Why is everybody so crazy about this?
Oh, he should have just said hi to the fan. No, he's going through stats. He's going through what's he going to talk to the team about? He literally is working.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy.
Okay.
Like fuck all
Yeah.
these people that are so rude. No,
I
that
didn't
guy
see a
should
problem
not have
with
been
it.
there. No, I'm 100% behind Coach T.
And you noticed after the game, he was extra friendly with the fans. I don't know if you caught that. He
Yeah.
was, in his speech and in his,
Uh-huh.
his actions leaving the field. Yeah, you
Yeah.
know what? Leave the guy alone. He was fucking working. Fuck.
I'm fucking working. That's just like I initially missed it, and I wonder why a lot of people, especially one of the Steelers beat reporters, I think it's Marco Bowley. And like anytime one of the other reporters would tweet something, he would tweet out, "Man, I'm fucking working." I'm like, "What the hell's going on?" So then it's like, then I finally saw the video. I'm like, "Oh, that's fucking perfect." I love Tomlin.
A couple of things, Mike. AB, is he still on the run from the police? Did I see this?
Last I saw on Twitter, is like police still think he's in his house.
See, this is getting even more bizarre because, he could have this bizarre behavior, but as soon as you run into the law, that all kind of stops. Not
Yeah,
with AB. It's getting even more bizarre now that the law
yeah,
is involved.
yeah.
What?
It's AB is a nut.
He is a nut.
Oh,
Um, Go ahead.
he he's gonna end up shooting himself in the head.
Something bad is going to happen, and it's unfortunate that he has people in his life and family and kids and this and that. Wish he would just kind of calm down so nothing bad does happen to him or anybody around him. But the life of AB. This is the life of
It's a
AB,
wild
Mike.
life. It's a wild life.
Um, so Slovis is joining. He's going into the transfer portal, and quarterbacks, they did not waste any time to start coming to Pitt. Now I don't know if it's a good thing. You have Phil Jerkovic of Pine Richland, who was at college at Boston College. Now immediately after finding Slovis is going through the
Mhm.
transfer portal. Jerkovic does the same thing. He's coming to Pitt. A lot of people are
That
projecting that he is going to be the guy. And also, Ty Deffenbach, a quarterback, also committed to Pitt just these last few days as well. They're saying that he's a more of a project guy. He's going to be
Mhm.
work behind Jurkovic and possibly be the quarterback of the
Yeah.
future. I don't recall seeing Jurkovic. I have heard the name obviously plenty of times. Is he going to be one of these quarterbacks that's a gamer and make this thing fun and exciting, or are we just getting another low end um, Division One quarterback, Mike?
He's hold on, let me pull up his stuff here because I think he had like he was not the greatest. Like, hold on here. 'Cause I don't know a whole lot about him. I just remember hearing about him because I know he went to Notre Dame, thought he was going to be, the guy.
Yeah.
He, he lasted 2 seasons there. He had 17 pass attempts, 2 touchdowns. Then he went to BC, lit it up his first year at BC, and 2,500 yards, only 61% completion percentage, but 17 touchdowns, so only 5 picks.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. So, but then after that, man, 2021, only 96 pass attempts, 7 touchdowns, 4 picks. This year, 147 completions out of 247 passes, 59.5% completion percentage, 1,700 yards, only a 6.9 average, 11 touchdowns, 8 picks. That's not good. That is
Yeah.
not good at all.
So it just seems
But
like we're
he,
getting
but you
another one of the
he's
same,
that
another one of
local
these.
guy, and a lot, you know how it is in this area. If you're local, people go crazy for you. So I think it's a bad move. But hey, you know when you know when you need a quarterback and you're not really known as a quarterback university, known as a university to produce big name quarterbacks in the pros. The only one you have to go all the way back to Marino, and then it's now recently Pickett drafted in the first round. How many years was that? 40 years between the two of
Well,
us.
not quite, but it was
Yeah,
quite a
so
few
it's
years.
like,
Yeah.
you're not going to get top level quarterback talent wanting to come there. So you kind
Right.
of have to get what you can get.
Yeah, no, it's what I expected. I mean, if you want to get an upgrade from Slovis, I don't know if this guy's going to be it, but you sure hope that he is because Slovis was he's just one of these quarterbacks that come to Pitt. You can't explain him. they have, you know, what seems like potential, and then they get in there and they're a cardboard stand out back
Cardboard stand back
you
there.
know.
I like it.
Also Mike Izzy and Kalijah Cansey are both, let's see, they're one of 6 programs to only have 2 first team selections in the all, you know,
Yeah.
the all team, the all, okay. And then also they're the only team from the ACC to have 2. So these guys, Mike, watch out for them in the future. I think that they both have great futures in the NFL.
I think so too. I hope Izzy has a damn good pro career. He was fun to watch.
He puts me in mind of like a little what's the guy's name? Frank Gore in a sense, but not
that. No,
he don't have the
not
power,
as powerful.
but he has his run style is very similar to that. And when he breaks through that line, that's who I think of every time. It looks like Frank Gore's just busting through the line. So I think they're going to do fine. These 2 guys are both selected to the, I guess you would call it, I don't know, what do you call it in college? The all.
Oh God, was it for the ACC or for just like overall? Not an All American, but yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, it's a very good list to be on. Let's just put it that way.
Absolutely,
this is what you want to hear about your team.
Just a couple other things in sports here before we move on, Mike. The Detroit Lions signed former quarterback Josh Dobbs to the practice squad. So Josh Dobbs is no longer in Cleveland. He is in Detroit. Maybe you know, the knowledge of the game and the things that he could do that you know, you don't really see on the field could help Detroit a little bit, because they are just, I think, a piece or 2 away from
I think you know, if he when he retires and he doesn't go back to pursue his aerospace career, I think he would be a pretty good quarterback coach. Look, he had the trust of Ben. That was the guy, like when Ben came off the sideline, who was sitting there analyzing film with him, or analyzing that little footage, going over the plays. It was Dobbs. And you know
smart guy, man.
That speaks volumes to see like who.
I think he's a doctor too.
No, he's not a doctor now. He's a rocket scientist. My man is brilliant.
Oh, okay.
But no, I think that speaks volumes, because you're gonna have the trust of a future Hall of Famer to be your sounding board. That says a lot. That shows you have knowledge of the game. You have insight. Might not have the ability, but you have the knowledge and the insight.
I agree, Mike. I think that he's a good piece to the Detroit's rebuilding, and then you know, like I said, he's not a bad guy to have. You know, he only got him in a practice squad at this point. You know, what's the worst that can happen? Going to touch on a couple quick sports things here, Mike. The Pittsburgh Pirates land the number one draft pick of 2023, just like they've done many times before. And look how that has panned out. None of those guys seem to be in this city anymore. They seem to be elsewhere doing great things.
I can't wait to see can't wait to see where that person goes, whoever they draft, where they end up. I like how they celebrated that they got the pick. And then people are like, "Oh my god, this is what you're gonna do? How cringeworthy is this?" Like, I kind of don't blame the Pirates front office for celebrating when they got announced that pick, because that, if everything goes right, you hope that pick will be the one to set you up for the future. So people who are shitting on the Pirates front office for celebrating this one, we can't shit on them this time, because that's something they actually should be celebrating.
Yeah. They don't give us much to celebrate. So when you get something, you know. I mean, we could go to Cleveland's level and have the celebration when the team is as bad as it's ever been before. So luckily we're not there. Mike, couple other things. Penguins beat the Blue Jackets last night 4-1. The Penguins, they are now 14, 8-4. 32 points and sitting in third place. And Columbus Blue Jackets, they are in the cellar. They didn't just drop to the cellar, but they have 18 points. They're sitting there with an 8-14-2 record.
Fuck the Columbus Blue Jackets. I think did not Sidney Crosby have multiple points in this game again? My man, so, yes. He is just he loves feasting on the Blue Jackets. Yeah,
he's on fire, man. He's been on fire all season. Well, I know that him and he's not a little bit under the weather, maybe some kind of issue going on where they were even questioning him playing yesterday, Mike.
You never count out Sid the Kid. My man was always ready to go. Oh, I don't know if you have it in your notes, but Chris Letang was out practicing in full gear either before or after the team practice the other day. Yeah, so
Okay.
that is a very encouraging sign.
What was Pasquale Dupuis? Was he was
Oh God,
blood
I
clots?
think that's what it
Was he
was. It was
clots?
something along those lines, blood clot, aneurysm, maybe. It was something that you don't want to f around with, and that was a rough one, man. Because I came out of nowhere. That was like right in the middle of the season as well, and he had to retire right away.
And they just did that really cool Dupuis
Yeah,
commercial with the
yeah,
little pig with his head out the
yeah.
window. Mike, over to the soccer quarterfinals. Quarterfinals, Mike. Friday, tomorrow. I'm sorry, Friday at 10 a.m. Friday, not tomorrow. Croatia and Brazil. We're down to the final 8 teams, Mike. There's 8 teams left. Croatia and Brazil. And then 2 o'clock on Friday, you have the Netherlands against
Yes.
Argentina. And then on Saturday, Morocco and Portugal. They're at 10 o'clock a.m. And the 2 o'clock game that day is England and France. Mike, who's going to win this thing?
I'm rooting for Argentina because I'm a big Messi fan. I would like to see them win. I'm going to go Brazil. I think Brazil's going to win.
Brazil always seems like a safe.
Yeah, they are. But Croatia, man, they beat Japan, and Japan was the hot team coming into the knockout phase. The way they played in the group stage, people thought, "Hey, man, this team might be legit. They might cause some problems." Unfortunately, they lost 3-1 on penalty kicks to Croatia. But I think Brazil's going to be too much for Croatia. Portugal, Morocco. I'm going to go with Portugal. I think Cristiano Ronaldo. He has something to prove. So do he and Messi. I would love to see Portugal advance, Argentina advance, and if everything goes right, man, they could end up playing against each other for battling out for the World Cup. But I think France is going to beat England, and I think France is going to be the winner. The way they're playing, I think France has what it takes to bring it home.
All right, so there you have it, everybody, from our soccer.
I wouldn't go. No, do not go that far. Soccer fan. Soccer fan.
I am also a medical expert, so you see where the theme is here.
This video is going to get taken down for so much disinformation. World Cup, medicine, football. I'm surprised we still have our videos up.
Well, here we go. We're going to get some of the word from the people who look to us for entertainment, because I, Mike, am about to pull out the mail.
Mail, motherfucker. Oh, I jumped that one early.
All right, Mike, I got email. You ready for some emails?
For some email.
All right, so Steve. Here's Steve, Mike. Steve says, great show. Yeah, I'm going to have to side with Ryan. This soccer literally puts me to sleep.
I don't come to you with my problems. Don't come to me with your narcolepsy. I almost said necrophilia.
And then it comes and goes so fast. Like, even if you get into it, then it's like, oh, okay, well, that was it.
I get it. I get it,
Melm, M-E-L-M, Melm. Down to the final 8 teams in Qatar. Who are you guys picking to win it all? We just did that.
France, but God, I would love to see Argentina pull it out.
All right. Shelly writes, what is the schedule for the show over Christmas time? Well, Shelly, we're going to be working nonstop with no days off.
No. I have Christmas and the day after Christmas off from work for the first time in forever. I'm just throwing that out there.
You could open the presents on Christmas morning and hear our wonderful voices live.
Fuck no. Christmas morning? That's a Sunday.
I'm not sure
what. Fuck out of here.
I'm not sure what the schedule is, Shelly, but we will certainly keep you posted as we get a little bit closer. Bill, if the Steelers sneak into the playoffs, what are the chances they could even win a game?
0.0.
The only bad thing about that, Mike, is they will be coming in at a 7 seed. So no matter what,
the number 2 seed.
You're going to get the number 2 last year, and then if you beat the 2, then you get the 1. So because we would still be the lowest seed in that round. So no, maybe on some kind of
We get
crazy
to play Buffalo,
circumstance.
and then if we're lucky, we either get to play Cincinnati or the No, we probably end up playing like the Dolphins again and getting
Or
curb
the
stomped.
Chiefs. I mean,
Or
there's
the
really no
Dolphins,
bad
Chiefs,
teams.
yeah.
So it's probably not going to be good this
No,
year,
it's gonna
Bill.
be, yeah. Ay, ay, ay.
Robert, not our Robert, but Robert. Being from Ohio, has Mike always been a Steeler fan? Have you always been a Steeler
Yeah,
fan, Mike?
I have always been a Steeler fan. I was born in McKeesport. My birth certificate is from Allegheny County, so yes. Yes, always been a Steeler fan. My whole family was born in PA. We live in Ohio because it's cheaper.
Okay.
And it sucks.
I thought for sure Mike was going to blow chunks on Monday's show. Maybe next time. Yeah, you know what I was
I
too
was close.
when I
I
seen your
caught
face,
it
dude.
in my mouth. I
Yeah,
caught it in my mouth.
that's when I thought this is about to get great right now. And then he ran.
I would have cut and spliced that video and just posted it everywhere.
Oh, that would have been great, man.
Oh,
That was Ferd. Ferd wrote that, Mike.
Ferd. Is that Ferdinand? Is the Falcon calling?
Cliff, Ryan, I have to know, what is all the stuff piled on your console under the on-air sign? That's an interesting question, Cliff. Let me show you a couple of things here. Now, what these are over here, it's not a pile of garbage. It looks like a pile of garbage because you have cans and wrappers and things like that. And one would think that, you know what, this is just a bunch of trash sitting in the corner. But it is not. It's the complete opposite. These are things that we've collected over time doing the show the past year and a half from guests that's come into the studio, and they leave stuff behind. I could show you a few things if you'd like these beer containers.
The Modelo cigarillos.
The Modelo in the
Miller Lite.
Miller Lite.
Who was the Miller Lite? I can't remember.
I think these were both cigarillos. I think cigarillos.
I think, yeah, because I remember the Modelo's definitely cigarillos.
Yeah. Also, we have this one. Now, I'm almost sure that this Keystone Light was a cigarillos. Now, there's also these paintbrushes in the top. And the last time that these paintbrushes touched any human contact, it was boobies. It was, I don't know if you recall the episode that we painted the OnlyFans model's boobs, but these paintbrushes here are what did it. This here, Mike, the bootlegger.
Is this how you treat all your guests?
This was from by far one of the craziest interviews that we've ever done on the show.
Yeah, where I got blamed for everything and I didn't say a fucking word.
These are a couple of blunt wrappers.
LBR Trap.
LBR Trap. And this was LBR Trap, and this was fall Romeitis.
Yes, it was. Yes. The chillest man in America. The chillest man in America.
Very chill. This, Mike, this headband actually was left behind by one of the guys from 400 block. Remember, they had the big hair, and this was one of the headbands, and it was left behind when they left.
Oh, man. I never knew about that one.
One of my favorites, Mike, the Berg Blonde.
Yes,
we know the Berg Blonde here, April from Pittsburgh. She's a great an entertainer. She has written this book. She does amazing things with movies, stuff like that. Her and her significant other. He's a director. We also had him on the show. But this is actually a really great book if you want to read something funny and something from somebody local and a lot about Pittsburgh. Here, this is the Berg Blonde. This is a Hit 'em Hard music shirt. Hit 'em Hard from the guys at Hit 'em Hard.
That's from the St. Patrick's Day show.
Yes, sir. And also from that show, CD we got from the guys.
Yes.
And we do have more things. We have things in the hallway, things that got broken when people sat on them, yada, yada, yada. Those things are out there. But, Mike, the one last thing that I do have over in the corner is this card that says Halloween on it. Halloween.
Yes.
And this has significance, and maybe another day when we have more time, because it actually has a story to it and a long story. So we will get to it. But this card, Mike, this card has never left us. And if you would go back.
Yes.
and watch through the first season, you could figure out what the importance, the significance of that Halloween card is.
Yes, you can.
And all day long, I just when I'm on the show, all I get is these pop-ups. What's going on?
What pop-ups?
I don't know. Updates. Choose how you'd like to receive updates. Oh, for fuck's sake! And then when I go near the cancel, it's just the little spinning circle.
Oh god, you're going to break that computer. That computer is brand new.
This computer has been broke.
That computer is brand new to you, and this is how you're treating it.
Let's see. And then we do have Mike on top of 21 bras.
Bruh.
All right. And finally from Karen, Mike. Karen, what's Mike's current status? Last we heard is he was single and haven't heard anything since.
Still the same.
All right. There you go, Karen. Keep writing your keep writing emails to Mike. And that, everybody, was today's
Mail, motherfucker.
All right. So, Mike, that was the email. Let's get back to.
What are we getting back to?
Whatever these
computers
let me do.
You and technology, man. You touch shit and it just dies.
I am fine with technology. Technology, you give me this computer that's 30 years old. It must have been the first laptop computer ever invented. I'm convinced of that.
It's a paperweight at this point, dude. Yeah. Why do you think I was so happy to get rid of that? I was like, here, take it.
Okay, so here we go.
Dirty ass shirt, man.
Mike, we are getting down to it, so let's go ahead and hurry up and knock out today's.
The news.
Celebrity. Let's see. Lady Gaga. Do you recall Lady Gaga? Somebody shot her dog walker a couple months ago, and we talked about it on the show.
Yeah.
The person that shot the dog walker is got 21 years in prison. Mike, 21 years in prison.
Fuck yeah. Hell yeah. Peace out.
Boxing referee. Judge Mills Lane passes away at 85 years old.
Whoa. Pump the brakes.
Yeah, just in the last 24 hours, Mike.
Why did we not lead off the show with fucking Judge Mills Lane dying? No. This is the greatest referee of all time in boxing and in celebrity deathmatch.
Celebrity deathmatch, baby. Yes. Speaking of which, Mike,
like my day was shitty enough. I'm glad you waited till the end of the show. But Judge Mills Lane was the best, man. He did that Holyfield Tyson fight when Tyson bit off Holyfield's ear. He was a part of so many iconic big fights. It was like Michael Buffer doing the announcing, and then Judge Mills Lane going, "Let's get it on."
Yeah, there's big boxing matches this weekend, man. I didn't follow who they were, but I do know that the guys that hit him hard are doing something down there with the boxing this weekend. So there is boxing, if that's your game.
Well, Mike, we should have done a 10-bell salute.
Mike, Vladimir Zelensky was named Times Person of the Year. Times Person of the Year was a former comedian, now president of Ukraine. He is, Mike, the Times Person of the Year.
I saw that. Time Magazine got it right. Last time they got it right was when they just put the mirror on there and said, "You are the person of the year."
That's right. That was my favorite one.
Everyone, when you're filling out your applications or making a resume, under accomplishments, achievements, Times Person of the Year.
I put it everywhere.
Fuck yeah, me too.
It's on my license. Mike, there is a Yinzer elf on the shelf this year. From the picture I'd seen, he has a little towel in his hand, maybe a beer can in his other hand, and there is a
cigarette hanging out of his mouth. Can't get any more Yinzer than that.
No. And also, Pittsburgh celebrates, Mike. They celebrate carrying on ancient traditions. What is it? Krampus? Krampusnacht, the holiday that they celebrate instead of Christmas. It's that creepy looking monster thing.
I don't even know.
Look at his
Oh,
picture.
there it is. Oh yeah, that little
That's not a
Okay.
mirror. That's a Krampus, Mike.
That's a good one, actually.
But yes, Pittsburgh's keeping on track and celebrating Krampus instead
I
of.
never knew what this was. I always thought it was like just like a made up thing. I guess. Well,
One last thing, Mike. Okay, so here at the show we do our death polls. We had death polls earlier in the season. I chose Ozzy. Guests we had on chose the president. From top to bottom, everybody had all these different people who they felt were going to be next to die. Mike, let me give you a quick idea of how crazy this year was as
okay.
far as celebrity deaths.
All right.
Now, since 2018, they had the average was anywhere between 8 to 16, and then from 16 to 25, just depending on the years of how many celebrities died. Real bad years being close to
Yeah.
25, the real good years being close to 8. Mike, there has been 203 celebrity deaths this year alone. What's going on?
Just a lot of people. I think I don't know, man. They're all just getting older. There's like that whole generation. They're baby boomers, tail end of or yeah, they're baby boomers, man. Boomers are that next generation that start dying off, man. They're getting old.
I just
That's what it is, man. Like at that time, man. How many God movies, music, what authors, shit like that, man. That was just exploding in the 60s, 70s, 80s. So those people are, man, they've been around forever if you think about it.
I just can't believe
They have.
Ozzy Osbourne is outliving them all. That's the
I
part that
know.
blows me away the most.
Well, he did all those good drugs back in the day.
Yeah.
That's why him and Keith Richards, man, they had that pure shit. And speaking of, like, I thought, like, Mills Lane was already dead because I know he had a stroke years ago. It was a bad one. I thought he passed away years ago. Christy Alley, I thought, like, we found out at work. I was like, I thought she was dead already. So there's like a lot of these celebs I thought were already dead that now are dying. So,
that's been happening to me a lot lately too. Like these people that are dying, I thought, oh, you were already dead. Like Jerry Lee Lewis, he died all
I thought
9
he
lives.
died. I thought he died in like the 70s.
Yeah.
That's but no, I think it's just these people have been famous for so long, been a part of like the cultural zeitgeist forever. You just like never think they're gonna die, and then they all start dying because
One other thing, am I missing, Mike? Is there a show that has The Rock back in the day?
Yeah, the Young Rock.
Okay, I thought I seen this commercial, and I
Yeah.
keeping my eyes open. I didn't look it up, but that seems like it would be interesting, especially for guys our age who lived through The Rock, the Attitude Era, the WWE,
Yeah.
and things like that. I think that would be really cool to watch.
Yeah, I think it's about like his time, like when his dad was wrestling in like the AWA or whatever.
Okay.
And like like the stuff that they had people come on, like someone who looks like Hulk Hogan would play Hogan. Like it just like it seems to be like a guest a week.
Yeah.
Someone,
From what I've seen in
like
that commercial, the guy that's playing The Rock looked pretty good. He looked a lot like him.
Yeah, I've never watched it. I've seen previews for it. I've seen clips of it. It looks good, looks entertaining, but it's I have so much shit I need to watch that I want to watch. This is like I can't
Wednesday
add any.
Adams.
That actually looks really good.
And the thing is, that's what people are saying. They're saying it's really good. They're not just saying it's good. They're saying it's really good. So that has my attention.
Yeah, and it's the Addams Family. How can you not like the Addams Family?
Right.
If you don't like the Addams Family, I don't trust you.
Absolutely, Mike. So that is today's.
The news.
The news, Mike. We are down. We are down to the last minute and 8 seconds. That gives us enough time. That gives us enough time to do today's Ravens trivia. How well do you know your enemy? Mike, are you ready for some Ravens trivia?
I am ready.
All right. Here we go, everybody. Mike, the question of the day is, which Raven caught Hall of Fame quarterback Kurt Warner's first career interception? And I'm gonna give you a choice, okay?
Okay.
Which Raven caught Hall of Fame quarterback Kurt Warner's first career interception? Your choices are A, Rod Woodson, B, Ed Reed, C, Chris McAllister, or D, Ray Lewis. So one more time.
Good choices.
So everybody at home can play along. Which Raven caught Hall of Fame quarterback Kurt Warner's first career interception? A, Rod Woodson, B, Ed Reed, C, Chris McAllister, or D, Ray Lewis? Mike, and go.
So real quick, man, like my first thought was Ed Reed. I pictured that hobo picking that thing off and running.
Yeah.
But then you used to go Rod Wilson. Okay, I can see that. Ed Reed, yeah. Lewis, I can see it. And then the forgotten man on that defense. If you were in a party like the Steelers Ravens rivalry or a big Ravens fan, Chris McAllister gets lost in the cornerbacks from that era.
Do you remember when he stomped on Plexico Burris's face?
Yeah.
Plex was laying on his back and he jumped up with both of his feet and right on his face mask.
Yeah, but no, like Chris McAllister, man, talk about an underrated player throughout his career and after he retired. Forgotten,
absolutely.
Man,
having him and Ed Reed back there were almost impossible.
I hated to play against him, but I would love to have had McAllister.
All right. So, Mike, which Raven caught Hall of Fame quarterback Kurt Warner's first career interception? Was it A, Rod Woodson, B, Ed Reed, C, Chris McAllister, or D, Ray Lewis? Who do you think?
I'm going to go with the man who looks more homeless than Bill Belichick, which I never thought possible. I'm going to go with Ed Reed.
Ed Reed, that's your final answer.
My final answer, and watch it be McAllister after I sat here and talked him up.
All right, let's go ahead and get you locked in for Ed Reed then.
Lock it in.
All right, there we go. One final time. Which Raven caught Hall of Fame quarterback Kurt Warner's first career interception? A, Rod Woodson, B, Ed Reed, C, Chris McAllister, D, Ray Lewis. Mike said, of course, Ed Reed. That is... Oh, so sorry. Mike, the answer to this question is actually Ray Lewis.
Oh.
Ray freaking Lewis.
Had to be a crossing route.
Yeah.
Or slant.
I would have guessed one of the other three.
Yeah.
Before I would have guessed Ray just because of position.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? That leaves no surprise because Ray was just amazing, and there was nothing
greatest, if not the greatest, middle linebacker of all time.
Absolutely, I couldn't agree more. So, everybody, I mean that's what we have for today for a hump day of Ravens Week. We'll be back tomorrow. Mike, why don't you go and tell everybody about the website?
Excuse me, 2dumyinzers.com. Head on over there. Yeah, everything you need, 2dumyinzers is at 2dumyinzers.com. We have, this video right here will be the very first thing that you see when you pop over there. Every day that fresh episode pops up. The links to Spotify, links to our Anchor, links to Facebook, Insta, Twitters, email, everything you need, 2dumyinzers.com.
There you have everybody. Check it out. One-stop shop. And we are live every day throughout the week, Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. Please keep continuing to check us out. We appreciate each and every one of you. Yeah, Mike, do you have anything before we take off, dude?
Other than that, thanks for listening. It was a great show. Let's play 2. Let's keep it going. No, thank you for tuning in and listening. I am tired. I am rambling. This is the best time of the day for me.
And you could rest easy, Mike, now knowing that you know your diagnosis.
This is why I'm sick. That's why I'm dying. That's why I can't talk half the time. Asshole.
Oh, look.
What?
Every time I say something about you, my screen goes out. What is this?
I'm hacking.
I'm seeing conspiracy all over the place, Herschel Walker.
You better watch out those werewolves and vampires.
So, Mike, they can't see me, so I'm going to say, hey, everybody, I'm going to pass it to Mike to send us out, and we'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.